Today's topic for discussion is forms of plant on the basis of habit. Habit of plant is again different, and different habits also be considered in identification of the plants. Let us see the different habits of the plant. First, that is seedling. It is one of the habit: herb, shrub, tree, climber, lianas, insectivorous plants, cymbants, epiphytes, bush, accumulator plant, monocarpic plant, polycarpic plant, precious plant, parasitic plant. These are different habits of plants. Let us see what is seedling. It is a small and young plant which is formed after germination of seed. The seedling consists of three main parts, that is radicle, hypocotyle and cotyledon. Later on, the radicle develops into a root system. The radicle is the root system of seedling and the shoot of the seedling is known as hypocotyle. Okay. The cotyledons are thick, massive structures. Those are the leaf system of seedling. Okay. The seedlings of dicot plants may have the two cotyledons, and in case of monocot plants, seedling possesses only one thin radical leaf-like structure which is circularly twisted. Okay. Next, this is a herb, and there are generally the herbs are small sized plants like spinach, coriander, etc. The plants do not possess any woody stem above ground but are made up of softer tissue. The herb plants usually die after flowering. Stems are branched, green and soft. The epidermal layer of the stem consists of chlorophyll. It is green in color. There are some herb plants which have a large size. The example is banana. Banana, it is a largest herbaceous plant. The herb may be annual, biennial or perennial plant. Next, shrub. What is shrub? A shrub, it is a medium sized tree. It is termed as shrub. The shrubs are small, woody, perennial plants, and the main stem possesses branched near the ground. Each branch resembles another axis, hence it becomes difficult to identify the main axis of the stem. It is highly branched. Shrubs are the plants with woody stem, much branched, evergreen or deciduous, perennials, smaller than tree. Next, trees. A large sized plant is termed as tree. The main stem is known as trunk. The branches are woody. The main axis of the tree remains unbranched for some distance. Each branch do not resemble a mother axis. Hence, it is easy to identify main axis of the plant, and it is highly branched. A tree of sal forest at Amarkantak, India consists of trees of 40 to 45 meters in height. It is a sal forest. Okay. The root system is highly branched, which extends several meters under the soil surface. Trees are perennials, evergreen or deciduous, large, highly branched with large woody trunk of several feet in diameter. Next, climbers. The plants with weak stem adapted to climb over other plants are called climbers. Climbers require support. The climbers occur abundantly in tropical forests of the world. The climbers twist with other woody plants and climb over it. Or climbers produce tendrils or hook-like supporting structures for climbing purpose. The climbers add their weight on the external support. The climbing plants produce different types of devices for climbing purpose, which are modifications of any other part of the plant. Next, lianas. These are woody climbers, require support of other large trees and get mechanical support. The woody climbers termed as lianas. The forest areas we can see many types of lianas or woody climbers. The purpose of the climbing is to get enough sunlight, and these are very common in tropical forests of the world. The example is Bahonia. Next, insectivorous habit. The plants which capture insects and flies and digest them by secreting digestive enzymes. Such plants are termed as insectivores. Okay, the insect-eating plants may have deficiency of protein, and in certain genera of insectivores, the plant's margin possesses glandular hairs which secrete enzymes. Next, parasitic plant. Certain angiosperms, the plants such as Loranthus, Striga, Cuscuta, these are parasitic plants, and they are parasitic on the roots of other plants. Okay, the parasitic plants absorb water and minerals from other host plant. Such plants are termed as parasitic plant. Okay, in other words, the plants are dependent on other host plants for their food requirement are termed as parasitic plant. Next, symbiont. Lichen is the best example of symbionts. The lichens are the combination of plants such as algae and fungus. The relation between these two is beneficial to each other. Such type of relationship is described as symbiotic relationship. Here the algae and fungus living together without trouble to each other, and such a relation is beneficial to each other. Such relationship is also described as symbiotic relationship. Okay, and the plants which take part in formation of the lichen are termed as symbiont. The example is lichen. Next, epiphytes. The plant which grow on the branches of large trees for support is termed as epiphytic plant. Okay, these are not parasitic plant, and these are not usually attached to the soil surface. The epiphytes occur in rainy forests, and the example is mosses and liverworts. Mostly these are small in size, small sized plants, and it absorbs moisture from air. And usually the epiphytes are herbaceous plants. The example is orchids. Bush. It is the bush plant does not raise much. Bushes are highly branched plant. The branches are originated from the base. The most of the bushes there is no differentiation between main stem and secondary branches. The leaves are modified to scales or spines or needle-like structures, and the leaves are tough in touch, and the bush forms of plant tolerate high temperature. Presence of numerous bush plants is a characteristic feature of desert lands of the world. Presence of numerous bushy plant is a characteristic feature of the desert land of the world. And the bushy plant consists of scaly, spiny leaves, just I told you, and they are tough and they can tolerate adverse environmental conditions. The bush shown in the photograph, this photograph is taken from Dubai area. Next, accumulators. The plants which grow in a metal containing soil, those are called accumulators. Okay, the plants accumulate the abnormal contents of the metal are termed as accumulator plant. Next, monocarpic plant. The plant that survive for number of years. Plant produces flowering and seed set. After flowering and seed set, they die. Such type of plants are monocotyledons, perennial plants. And such plants are described as monocarpic. Next, polycarpic plant. The trees and shrubs are polycarpic plants. The duration of lifespan of trees and shrubs, perennials, is greatly variable. Some perennials survive for 2 to 5 years or more than 5 years, and certain large trees perennials live for 50 years or more than 50 years. The common thing in all the perennials is that the plants fruit and flower again and again. This is very important. Such plants are also termed as polycarpic plants. Okay, next, precocious plants. The flowering of plant emerge before the leaves appear. Such habit of the plant is termed as precocious habit. Next, parasitic plant. Again, there are certain plants like Cuscuta, Loranthus, Striga that are parasitic on higher plants, and these plants absorb water and minerals from their host plants. Okay, next. Thank you very much. Save trees, save earth.